A good portion of your day is spent staring at the wall or gossiping with the other girls.
No one really realizes that that's our job, just like waiting time. It's the job.
Yeah.
We just wait forever.
You just sit there by yourself, staring into outer space, trying not to be depressed.
Like, I took off my clothes today for $4.
Money is nice, but you give so much to do it.
You are not going to make $1,000 every single day.
Struggling making money because the club is so dead.
So if you didn't make $300, you made negative money. I've had to battle in every other dancer I know.
To all the girlies who want to be a dancer so bad, don't do it. This is not your sign. Any video you see, this is not your sign. You know how rare it is to get a club that's consistent like that? It's very hard. It's not very easy. I worked and I only made $4. 2 girls out of all the girls I worked today made over 100 today. Like, I took off my clothes today for $4. Do you really think that's worth it? No! Don't say this is my sign. It's not. I promise. Stay to your office 9-to-5 job. You guaranteed money.
I'm outside of my work, debating whether or not I should go up to my boss and just quit my job. Why? Because I don't feel like I'm making enough money. I feel like I'm really broke. I can barely pay my bills. My credit's horrible. And so I've been seeing a lot of TikToks where obviously the scrippers are making a lot of money. Okay? And yes, I do have some jelly rolls. And yes, I do look like a tied-up ham hock. But beside the point, I can probably make a few more pennies than I make here.
You can't make this.
Okay? Or I can just go sell drugs. I don't know. I'm debating. There needs to be a way where we can make more money. Okay? Because I would like to get my hair and my nails done.
You wanna get fucked, go ahead then. I don't got time for your ass. Can't chase up, I'm too busy counting cash. I'm so sad, still getting shit done. I'm not finna get done till I come. Bitch, it's 2022 on that dumb. My drip on all this lip like rum. Yo ho scolding on me, that's my son. Yeah, that's my babe. Dominicano.
Articles as far back as 2019 I'm seeing here, with people asking, are strip clubs dying out? And with strippers talking about how nobody makes as much money as they did 5 years ago.
God, I can't spend eternity here. This place.
What up, y'all? So I've been getting a lot of messages from ladies saying, can you please share some more stripping videos? And one thing about it, I want to work on being more transparent and vocal about this. Because I notice a lot of people get on this app and only share the glamorized aspects of being a dancer. They don't really get into it. And it can be very misleading for people who's trying to get into the industry. So I'm going to tell y'all the ugly truths of being a dancer. First things first, you are not going to make $1,000 every single day. You are not going to make a bag every single day. Please get that out of your head immediately. Exit out. It really be like that to where there'll be 70 girls in the club and only 8 customers come in throughout the entire night. It really be like that sometimes to where you have to stay down till you come up. The most I've left the club with, I've left with as much as $5,000 and I've left with as little as $13. It really be like that some nights to where you're struggling to make $100. It is what it is. Next, you are going to struggle to find you're going to struggle to find your inner child. It's going to be very traumatic to the point where you miss who you were once upon a time. This life is very time-consuming, especially if you work the night shift. It be like that. You're going to work the night shift, get off, and by the time you wake up, it's time to run errands, and then you look up at the clock and it's time to go back to work. And it's like a never-ending repeat cycle. It's going to be you and your 4 hours of sleep against the world. Be prepared to be body shamed. Be prepared to get told the word no 1,000,000 times. You are not everybody's type. Also, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. You're gonna have to worry about being sexually harassed and having to go about your day. Pocket watchers. People are constantly watching you. They're constantly being shady and they're constantly talking some shit. They're gonna even talk some shit to customers about you. Girls will do whatever it takes to make sure that the bag is theirs and not yours. Girls are very evil. That it is what it is. Also, remember that you're constantly in a toxic environment. The strip club is filled with people that have mental issues, filled with drug addicts. You have all these influences from alcohol, drugs. So you have to know what the goal is in mind. Your mental state has to be on 1,000. You have to know what you came here to do, and you have to know how to keep your composure at the end of the day. In my opinion, it's very important to have multiple streams of income, multiple different forms of hustles, because if you're only putting all your eggs into being an independent contractor, God forbid something happens to you, like a car crash or something else, you gotta think about, like, how are you gonna keep the money coming in? So never make dancing your only stream of income. That's another ugly truth that they don't want to talk about. It's not a career.
Let me tell y'all something. These girls are glorifying being a dancer, but there are a lot of negatives to it. I was a dancer for 5 years at the age of like 17 all the way to like 23. And they have this thing in the industry called pimps. We all know them. Well, I had a gorilla pimp. That's what they call them. You have Romeo pimps, which are like the ones that kind of seduce you and love on you and act like they're your boyfriend. Then you have the gorilla pimps who just like beat your butt and like, I'm trying not to cuss, and like really hurt you and force you to do things. Well, my first situation, I was with a Romeo, and he kind of like lured me into it. Didn't even know I was in a relationship like that. And then he started bringing other women in, and I was just like, oh my God, what is this? I got out of that situation, especially because his dick was like super small, and I was like, I'm not going through all this for that little bitty dick. And it stinked. Ugh, oh my God. I remember when he pulled it out, and I was like, what? I didn't even want to do anything. I was like, can she go first? And then I like act like I was asleep. It was really bad. Then the second situation, oh God, y'all prepare yourselves for what I'm about to say. It was a gorilla pimp. This man basically was like, I have this mansion. You can come live in the mansion if you need a place to stay. I was homeless at the time. And he was like, basically, I have some girls that stay there. And mind you, I'm young. I'm only 17. I don't know what this is. You know, I'm really like, oh, it's a mansion. He's like, yeah, we'll take you shopping. We'll go get your hair done. We'll make sure your makeup is done at all times. Like, I'll take care of you, you know. That's what it was. So I was like, cool. I mean, it sounds like I'm about to be spoiled, and I'm going to be spoiled with other girls? Okay. Well, I get into this house, and, you know, he takes me shopping. He gets my hair done, all these things. I'm, like, completely made over into, like, a bad chick at the time. This was, like, years ago. He goes, you're going to work tonight, but the only thing I ask of you is just don't talk to any black guys. And I was like, okay. So I get to the club, and every black guy that's like trying to holler at me, I'm like dissing. You know, some are like pulling me, like, come talk to me. And I'm like, no. Well, I guess one of the girls that were in the house went and told him that I was talking to some black guys. This man literally beat me until I blacked out, y'all. Like, beat me. Then he puts a gun to my head, and he says, I know your dad's full name, proceeds to say his full name, and says, I will hurt him too. How dare you try me? Y'all, life flashed before my eyes. I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. It like it's really the end. More of the story, yes, you make money, but it comes with other things. Please be careful out here.